Guys, welcome back to another weekly trade recap. This is for the week starting the 26th of Jan, the last week of Jan. Thank God. I have hated trading this Jan so much. This has been by far the worst month I have ever traded. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So this week I took 2 trades, 1 win and 1 loss. So I'm break even on the week, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's get straight into it. So this is for Thursday, the first trade I took on, I believe it was Wednesday. There were actually 2 potential trades, but Tradeovate was down, so obviously I couldn't take any trades. But there was some very nice price action, but it was just perfect that Tradeovate was down. But both of them would have been break even anyway, so it's all good. Anyway, going into the session with New York Open, I was a lot more bearish. And seeing that, we just decided to drop. I mean, how many points did we drop by the time I took this trade? We dropped 400 points. Yeah, I don't know why we just decided to dump. But yeah, so I was bearish. What I was looking for was a continuation short, tapping into a 5 or 15 minute gap and then getting a nice short out of it. There was this short here, inversing this 1 minute gap. This looks literally textbook. However, we're only bouncing off a 4 minute gap. We're not bouncing off a 5 or 15 minute gap on either pair as well. We did just create a 5 minute there. So if we tapped into a 5 minute or 15 minute on either pair, I would have 1,000,000% entered this trade. But yeah, we didn't, and it actually ended up being a 1-to-1 trade. So 1-to-1 is actually goated. A lot of people got break even on this trade. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the actual trade I took. So here is the trade I took. So it's a reversal. Now, I was open to taking a counter trend trade or a reversal, depending on the conditions met, and in these conditions it was pretty good. We obviously take out so much sell side liquidity on this massive dump, and yeah, we are obviously, so if I just draw the horizontal line here just so we can see where price is at the moment, we're in, of course, a huge 4-hour gap, and we are also in a 1-hour gap at the time. Obviously this candle has printed the whole candle, but that's because it's what comes after. But at the time we're in a 1-hour gap. We're in plenty of 15-minute gaps as well. Yeah, so price could easily reverse it. Also above us we've got great targets. Obviously we've got all this sell side liquidity, or no, sorry, we've got all this buy side liquidity to grab. We've got a 15-minute unmitigated fair value gap above, which is a great target point. And then we also, of course, have another 15 minutes somewhere else, but plenty of 5 minutes. Same for ES chart as well. So yeah, also this displacement is insane. We do sort of chop around, but this is also just creating good structure. So I wouldn't really call this chop. I would call it more creating good structure. As you see, we sort of manipulate, resweep the low, and then we get to this inverse. Now, the only bad thing with this trade is, one, we have dumped literally 400 points at this point. Expecting a reversal was a bit cheeky. It's safer to probably just stay out of the market. But also, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles to inverse this fair value gap. Well, technically 7, because the reason I entered on this candle and not the candle before is because we had this tiny 2 minute, and I wanted to make sure that this fair value gap inversed, because obviously I play off the highest time frame inverse between the 1 and 5 minute gap. So yeah, but obviously this 2 minute is absolutely tiny. But still, size does not matter with fair value gaps. It can still impact the trade a lot, regardless of how small or big the fair value gap is. So I entered here. My break even was this swing high on both pairs. It taps into, I think, 5 minute gaps. Yeah. So on NQ we have tapped into it. Oh, actually on both pairs. Yeah. So we tapped into this 5 minute. We had a 5 minute intermediate high as a break even point, and on NQ it's equal highs. Very, very, very nice break even point. And yeah, of course, I'm targeting a 1-to-1. We've got a 15-minute unmitigated above. So very, very good reason for price to come up. And for some reason, my stock just gets ran. So yeah, this was the loss. Obviously, so close to going break even here as well, which is really unfortunate. As you can see, ES also didn't take the break even. So yeah, didn't go break even here at all. Is what it is. Yeah, not really much to say. The only bad thing I would probably say and do in the future is to not try and buy after we just dump. I think when we dump like this, it's either you take a sell or you take nothing, just to be safe. That's if you want to take 1A+ position a week. If you're more interested in taking more positions and risking less and just being more a bit more risk on with your capital, then by far this is not a bad position. But yeah, so it is what it is. but managing risk is what is most important in trades like this. Okay, cool. Let's jump over to the next trade. It was yesterday, Friday. What time? It was 9:44. Cool. So this was yesterday, Friday's price action. Very, very good start to the price action, but then we just had a weird ending. So coming into the session, I was a lot more bullish, just because of higher time frame. However, I take this short. Now the reason I took this short, well, this little wick down below, 830 candle, is a news low. We had red folder. Obviously check Forex Factory for that. It's very important. So this news low is an insane draw on liquidity, probably one of the best, especially how it is such a prominent wick. You see how it's just so out of place compared to all these other candles? That just makes it so much better. Okay. Other than that, there isn't a lot here. Literally in this whole sea of candles, there is not one for value up on NQ. On ES there is, but yeah, so that is a bit unattractive. I really wasn't looking for sales. However, this play is just amazing. So we obviously reswept the high. We tapped into 50-minute gaps. As you can see, these 50-minute gaps, we took this high and then tapped into an unmitigated gap. We also just perfectly took Asia high, which is a very nice confluence. And yeah, literally perfect. We have a 1 and 2 minute. Obviously I wait for the 2 minute to inverse, but the 1 and 2 minute inverse on the same candle, which is perfect context. Now on NQ, I wouldn't actually go break even anywhere if we're just looking at the NQ chart, just because there is no significant point to go break even. Of course, we do have a swing low here, we have a swing low here, etc. However, I wouldn't expect price to take this and react negatively off of it. Like that is not a significant low or point of liquidity for me. So for me, I would literally just have a take profit at 1-to-1, and then that would be it. I wouldn't go break even. However, on ES, we do have more fair value gaps, and we have this very nice unfilled 5-minute gap right here, which is just a perfect target for break even. So that was my break even point. Once ES took this blue line, I'm going break even on NQ, and then let the trade play out. Also for this trade, I entered and I left 1 micro for the news low, just because I really did believe that we would come down and hit it. It's a very nice draw on liquidity, but I'm not greedy. I'm not keeping my whole position for the news low. That's insane. But yeah, what I probably would have done is once we took out this low, which is at a 2R, I would have moved that 1 micro rather at break even to a 1-to-1, just so I can secure my profits. And then I probably would have just slowly trailed throughout until we got to that news low, just to make sure I confirm those profits in. But anyway, let's see how the trade plays out. So enter, very nice bearish start. So there we go. ES has taken this low out, this blue line. My stop loss is now at break even. And then if we watch price, as you can see, so obviously if I go back actually, so 1-to-1, okay. I had a TP set here. Price taps the TP and we literally have, if I draw this out, we literally have 6 points, 5.75 points extra wick, okay. And then what happens? Price instant reversed and taps everyone out. Oh my god. And also proving out it's just gonna come back. No, there you go, stop, ran, and I'm pretty sure it even takes the high. Okay, it doesn't. Well, anyway, if your stop is bigger than this, I'm questioning you in my opinion. But anyway, honestly, the 1-to-1 is insane. I know so many people that got break even on this trade because they held their full take profit for the news low, and I know a lot of people that also put a TP at this swing low. However, the 1-to-1 is just goated. Honestly, if you don't trade the 1-to-1, please do. Your win rate will skyrocket. Yeah, it's honestly goated. It's just the best way. Like, you target liquidity, however, you just put your take profit at 1-to-1 because statistically you just hit that more than your liquidity point, and this is literally case in point. Yeah, perfect trade. So yeah, very happy I took that. Obviously that 1 micro left for news low ended up hitting break even, but it is what it is. Very happy with that. I didn't lose any capital. But yeah, so that's that. Break even on the week. Literally the rest of the session, I'll just let this play out. We just literally stayed in a range and there were absolutely no other trades to take. In my opinion, we just weren't reacting off of anything. We were literally just staying in the exact same range the whole session. I did want longs, but for me to take a long, I really wanted to take this snooze low out and tap into a 15-minute gap or something. Actually, yeah, taking out this snooze low would put us into a 15-minute intermediate low. So that would be an amazing opportunity to long. If this wick potentially came down, then I would definitely look for a long around this area. But of course, we didn't do that. So I sat on my hands for the rest of the session, kept my profits, and was happy at the end of the day. Whereas I know some people that took stupid losing trades in this day, and that was just because they're impatient. So yeah, patience pays. But yeah, anyway, that was my weekly recap. Of course, just 2 trades, a bit of a slow week, but obviously it was January, probably the worst month I've ever traded. We are starting Feb come Monday, and looking at Forex Factory, we have a red folder every single day, which is absolutely perfect. So hopefully price action will be beautiful. We can hopefully get amazing banging winning trades for the first week of Feb. That would be amazing if we can start Feb with a bang. But yeah, of course, if you're not already in the Discord, jump in the Discord. We literally caught this short. Well, we catch every trade on stream, but we actually caught this short on stream, and one of the members actually caught this short as well and took the profits from the short. So W to H, little shout out. But yeah, join the Discord, links in the bio. And yeah, see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Any questions, drop it down in the comments below. And yeah, see you later, guys.